Please work, please work, please work. Okay. Okay, we're not lagging. We're good? No lag? We missed the day of streaming because of lag. Let's find out. Oh boy, I see green. Are we back to normal? Oh, I see no lag. Oh, we're there. That feels good. All right, let's get some music going. Holy cow, chat, you have no idea. You have no idea what it was like to turn on a stream only to have no internet access. Ugh, disaster. Wanfa. Hi, Wanfa. How's it going? How's it going? If we still have internet issues, I'm going to shut off the YouTube stream and we'll just stream on Twitch. But I think we're fine. It's saying it's fine, so we're going to roll with it. Let's turn on a couple of music scenes here. Boom, boom. Mute. Oh, no, unmute. Do opposite of mute. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, we have a stream. Wow. Okay, we missed a whole day of streaming yesterday, so you guys missed a bit on the abilities. So let me catch you guys up. We'll say this once for YouTube because you guys are impatient and you skip everything. But for now, let me kind of show you where we're at. So this is the game. You notice behind my fat head over here, we have a empty screen. Oh, look how empty it is. We press space to quote unquote end the turn. We draw a card. We can then click that card and play it onto the field. Press space again to draw another card. We have a scarab. It's a different card, and you guys don't see it because we don't have an interface for it yet. But we do have a deck. It has randomized cards, and they are depleting from the deck correctly. So we draw through some of our deck here. To prove it's different, I was hoping I could be clever there and get the right cards in my hand. There we go. So we draw through a bunch of cards. Wonderful, right? So we have cards. We play them out here. Oh, and then we end turn again. We now have abilities. Oh, we click Firefly Queen to spawn a Firefly. And look at our quanta for life. 96. We can keep clicking and will work. When we click an ability, the border disappears. The creature's summoned in the correct place. Then we use growth. Now his stats are 4-3 and you can use growth every turn. So we press space. All abilities are back up. And when we highlight Forest Spirit to click again, the stats stay. Oh, wonderful, chat. Ah, it's beautiful. Now we do have an issue with bioluminescence creating a border every turn. We have to account for that. That's fine. That's trivial. That's like something I'm so not concerned about. It's like 3 lines of code, but that's okay. We have passive abilities in the game that don't need highlighted, but regardless. So our goal now is a couple of things. Our goal is to get dive working correctly, because if we get a creature with dive here, we should get Azure Dragon. There we go. So we have Azure Dragon, right? We click the Azure Dragon, 8-15. We press space. He now has an ability. Oh, let's click it to double attack for 1 turn. We now have 16-15, pretty powerful. We press space and uh-oh, 16-15. That's interesting. That should have went down. Now, chat, what do you think's gonna happen when we dive and we already have 16-15 on the field and 8-15 is the original? What do you think's gonna happen? Well, let's click it and see. Ability gets used and nothing happens, which means it is correctly setting it to that value. But what's happening is it keeps setting it to that value every time. Also, I wonder what happens if we have an odd number of attack. I haven't even tested that. Hold on. Air Dragon. It's gonna let's give it like 3 attack. Oh, it's double, so it's gonna turn into 6. Right. There you go. Okay, yeah, there is no worry about an odd number of... That's fine. Okay, yeah, because odd number or even, doubled is always even. Okay, sweet. Don't have to worry about, like, decimals. What else has changed? We're starting to add end of turn functions. Sorry, beginning of turn functions. That's just iterating it through everything. So if it has an active ability, set it to true. So let's do very quickly a thing for passives. What is that? Code Toil. Oh, thank you. 2 months. Ah, Thank you for 2 months of subscriptions. Fonzie with the Ghost Redeem. You know what? Just for you. Slam dunk. Thank you for subscribing. Aw, it's very nice of you. Hey, yo, looking good. It is looking good. We have a lot done since you guys last saw the game. We can draw cards, we can play cards, we can press space, and we can do things, and the ability stay every turn. So this is what Firefly Queen does, and then we growth, and it sets up correctly. We still have to iterate through relics. So relics on the bottom of the field aren't done, but whatever, we can copy and paste code. You're seeing the word no print up here. This is when you have a hand full of cards. Our current what happens is no, but later on we'll have like a quote unquote burn the card effect. What do relics do? Relics are like buildings, right? They're like, so you know how Firefly Queen is a creature, it's alive, it's organic, sort of, mostly. Ignore phase dragon and stuff, just the principle of it. So we have an ability, it's called Firefly, spawn a Firefly. Well, what we can do is instead of having a creature, we could have something called a relic, which is a structure with an ability. So in this case, Paradox. Destroy a target creature if its attack is higher than its life, right? Maxwell's Pillar. So what we do is now, since we have a structure, it doesn't need to be a creature, and we can like play a bunch of them on like the different side of the field, right? It's another way of interacting with each other in the game. So like Darkness has an ability called steal, which you steal a permanent from the enemy and use it for yourself, right? Which is like its iconic card. It's like I don't know, lightning bolt for fire, or lightning bolt for fire for red in Magic the Gathering. It's like a very iconic card. Anyway, all that is to say, it's just, these are just structures. Now, Astro Deity, you may notice that I'm only ever redeeming you for creatures because I can get away with a lot when it comes to structures, especially because VRT did a lot of pillar art. And since we don't have pillars in this game, we don't have like a water pillar or a time pillar, right? Like Maxwell's Pillar here, that is a entropy pillar. That's what generated entropy quanta for you in the previous game. We don't need that, so I can get away with reusing some of his art. Is Hope a creature? Nope. Hope is indeed a relic. I did redeem a relic for you. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, Hope, it needed good art anyway. Hope is indeed a shield, which is a relic. So yeah, my bad. My B. That's my B, but that's okay. I may have you do one more too for a weapon, but we'll see. Yeah, because I made it look like a building. Well, no, that was perfect. Also, I saw your stream, or at least I tried to watch through a lot of it before stream started. I saw you mention Arctic Squid by VRT, and you're like, has he had me redeem that? We already have art for it. Hold on. We'll come back to the Firefly question. I saw your question, Fonzie. 1 second. So we have all of our art here. One of the pieces of art is indeed Arctic Squid. This is VRT art. It is unused. It was never put into the original game. I don't know why. Maybe the creator of the original Elements thought this wasn't Arctic enough. It's too squid-like, but you know what? I like it. I agree that it's like very well, it's more lifelike than most Elements, the card game cards, because usually Elements has like D&D mixed with bugs, mixed with mythical, a little bit of Greek stuff when you talk about like false gods and nymphs and stuff. But like, that's kind of where we're at. There's some of these I still need to figure out what they even need to do, like this fox art, unused art for the game. And it's just like, wow, that looks nice. I got to use it for something. I don't know, like this. What even is this? I don't even know. It looks like a, I don't even know, but we can use it. I mean, it's VRT art. It's there. It has a purpose. Quantum Pillar. I don't even know what we would use this for, but like, this is an example of a relic, you know? Oh, this is VRT's version of, this is not Phase Spider. This is Death Stalker for death, which is like a spider, but it's a different kind of spider. It looks cool. I like it. Damn, that's some good spore work. That's a mirror dog? The fuck is a mirror dog? Sorry, the frick. Astrodeity, by the way, I am trying to get my entire audience to watch your stream. I'm like, please, this is really good. I like this. What did you say it was? A mere dog. What is a mere dog? Okay, adorable, but these don't look like, I don't know, fantasy? Chat, I don't know what I expected. I Googled this. I don't know what I expected, all right? I got a German Shepherd looking like Jaime Lannister. I have, oh, that's just adorable. Oh, I had a pug growing up. Oh, I had a pug. His name was Charlie. He lived until he was 16 and then he had a seizure. But, oh, he looked just like this, except my dog was fatter. Oh, I love pugs. Yes, they have a hard time breathing. But so does your mom when I'm done with her. Mirrors are from Magic the Gathering. I don't even know. Fox could be spell like a sly, sneaky, or tricky. Spells I can get away with a lot of because like, I won't pull up the whole wiki again, but like there are spells in the game. Like what is a spell besides like a little bit of finagling and gimp? You know, I could do a lot of spell art. Creature art is extremely valuable to me, and I could use this for a creature. Like creature art you can't get away with. You need fundamentals if you want good creature art. That's why I hired you. But like, you have to understand, okay? I'm tempted to use something like this for creature art. That's how to the point I am, okay? That's where I'm at. What is this? All right, I don't know, but I could use a spell for it or a creature for it. Like even this like art lesson thing VRT did, creature baby. I need to use what I can. This I might make art out of because I don't need a dragon, right? I like our ice dragon more for what it is. This is like spell. I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but it'll be a spell. That's like the exception. Or maybe we make it, fuck it. Maybe we call it a wyvern or something. You don't see arms there, do you? Huh? There ain't no arms. This is a wyvern. I could make like a water air card out of this. I don't know. This has arms, but it looks cool enough where we get away with it anyway. I don't know. There's a lot we can consider here. Oh, Cresselia. I have two different Cresselias, and I don't know why we have two jellyfish, but we have we have two jellyfish art that I just minimized everything. I hate it when man, I hate it when it does that. I have two Cresselia arts. I don't know what we're gonna use them for, but by golly, we have two jellyfish arts. The one on the right is Cresselia, which is like a poison water creature. The one on the left, I don't know. Frostbite? Ooh. I like that name. Okay. I like it. Reverse time is classic. There's ricochet. There's no bullets and elements to the game, but I don't know. We'll make some spell out of it. Phase salvager. Silence, which I am convinced is the best spell art in the game. Oh, I even have a sound effect for silence. Oh, you guys have heard it. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, you guys, if you're on the Discord, you've heard it. I'm making sound effects now, and I've even made more sense. So hold on. Audio. Oh, I was experimenting with sounds for Firefly Queen. This is her dying. Is that a good Firefly Queen dying? She's not mooing, she's going no. No. Or what about I don't even know what I did here. I don't even know what I wanted this for. Maybe on play or something. We'll figure out stuff to use the sound effects for. Oh, this is silence, which is going to be the same sound you hear when Mind Flayer uses. Are we going to call it Mind Flayer? I saw a little bit of discussion on your stream where you were talking about copyright, and I didn't even think it was a copyrighted thing. Wait, is Odia copyrighted? Uh-oh. I'll have to double check that. I might not be able to use the name Odiug. Now I'm just imagining you sitting in your room making these noises. Oh, baby. Hell yes, I was. And you know what I was using? I was using mother freaking voice mod. Absolutely, I was using... Sorry, my computer reset. That's why there's no background right now. Oh, I love that sound. It's going to be the sound you hear whenever you play this card or whenever you used Mind Flayer's effect. Oh, they changed the thing. Anyway, I turned on magic chords. Okay, hold on. Voice changer. And hear myself. Hello? That's what I did. It was either... Sorry, it was either magic chords or I did the other one that was free. We have new sound effects. I can make new things. Hello? It's loading. 6 minutes left. Oh, baby. We might have to... The whole thing crashed. No. No. Hold on. We have 6 minutes. I may have to record a voice real quick. Oh, by the way, I remember your Firefly question. Give me a second.
Hello? It's to, GLaDOS? Welcome to... Welcome to the Portal Experiment System. Nah.
No, I don't like that one. Wawa? Are you sure you're allowed to... Sorry, I hear myself. Are you sure you're allowed to use voice mod for commercial purposes? Why not? It's voice mod. Am I allowed to use Audacity for voice mod commercial? Content creators, voice changer, and soundboard. Is voice mod legal? Is voice mod no longer free? Well, am I using it for narrate a voice? Authorized for content creators. The use of our voices in other creations must be authorized. What? Is authorized for content creators. The use of our voices in other creations must be authorized. I think it's fine. If they come up to me be like, hey, pay us $50 to use this in your commercial game, I'll be okay, here you go. I don't mind that. Also, this might... Maybe not. I thought about using that for Mind Flayer. Okay, what's Cameron?
Greetings. Is this what's in every TikTok video? Oh my god. Hello? Too high, too high. Hello? Too low. Hello? I don't like it. It's too, AI.
Okay, so it is not okay to use voice mod for your game? Is it not? It's, to be clear, you have to be super careful. I'm not using voice mod software for the game. That's not what I'm doing, right? I don't have voice mod. Like, if it was an online multiplayer game and you had voice mod changing the audio of the players and you're actively using the software, I can imagine that having a bunch of legal issues. But I'm not using it that way, right? I'm not like actively using the software or real-time changing audio. I'm just using it to change. How is it any different than like Audacity audio settings, right? Where if I like, okay, skip, thank you. Test recording. Okay, so there's our audio, right? How is it any different than being like effect, Pitch, change pitch, lower, apply, play.
Test recording.
How is it any different than that? If we're using it as like voice editing software, which is probably not its intended use, is there any legal issues there? I could do this all in Audacity. That doesn't bother me, but it's just more of a, it's just convenient, you know? And it's inspirational. Party time. No. Okay, crappy selection today. But like custom pitch? What is custom pitch? It's this. What we just did. I mean, I can avoid the software if I have to. I just don't think it's necessary. Why do I even have this? Yeah. But I could recreate a lot of these. Blech. Oh, that was Odiug. And then this is Odiug Death? No, that's Frog Death. What's this? Oh. Okay. Yeah, that was the Odiug Eat effect. So when you use Odiug's ability, I think that's a pretty good more, if I do say so myself. Anyway, chat, we're not programming right now, and I feel like you guys are distracting me. Also, Firefly question. Okay, what was your Firefly question? Because Audacity is open source, his voice mod is not. Fine, we won't use voice mod. We'll keep it clean. I'm not even selling the fucking game. It's gonna go on Steam at my cost, and it'll be free to download, okay? It's fine. We won't use voice mod. We'll use Audacity and do it all manually. Like I'm programming the game manually. Why is Firefly not glowing? Okay, so we play Queen, this, and then we press space. This is a passive ability. The reason why you're seeing an ability, right? If we click it, it does nothing. The reason why you see this is because bioluminescence is an ability. The only thing we haven't done yet is set like a Boolean yes, no value. Booleans are like light switches, either on or off. We haven't set a Boolean value yet where it's like, is passive, is true. And if it has a passive ability, don't put the border and don't like let it be clickable. It doesn't really, actually, you just not draw the border. It doesn't make a difference. It's just no border. That's the only difference that would make. There's no ability to be clicked on. It's an automatic generate a light quanta every turn, you know? That's the only difference there. Same with Bond. Bond is gonna have, it just heals you based on the number of creatures you have. So the idea here is that you would not click this, even though Maxwell's Pillar would be the other one you could click. So it would still iterate the same way, but this would be passive, and so would this one. Which matters because if air has an ability called Animate Relic, which you turn a relic into a creature, and earth has a creature called, or a spell called Solidify, which turns a creature into a relic, like a vice versa situation, then one can change for the other without abilities being like drawn as like whole new things, right? It's all a very flip-floppy system. So like Firefly Queen, spawn a Firefly, if you used Solidify on her and turned her into a relic, she would maintain the same art and everything, but she wouldn't be an attackable creature or anything, but you could still use Firefly, spawn a Firefly, if that makes sense. It'd probably be easier if I just made the game and just, you guys could figure this out yourselves, but you know, fun. I think the quanta counter should glow fast when you earn quanta. Well, there's a lot of animations missing, right? Like I'm a big believer that when you play a creature, it should do something on the field when you spawn it. I don't know, something like that. I think the idea would be based on the element, what it would do is it would have like a little lines drawn when you played it on the ground. And if I was really in the creative mood, make it so that the more like attack a creature has, or the bigger amount of total stats, make it so there's more lines drawn for like bigger impact or something. Yeah, there's a lot of little touches of like animation we can make a lot better, including like glowing when quanta changes. Right now, we're just doing like the necessities of functional gameplay. Then if the game is at a fun enough state, then we can do all the pretty stuff. Like sound. Hearthstone board shake and audience gas. Golden legendary. Yeah, there's a lot of things we can do to make the game a lot better in terms of like feel good. But right now we're not at that stage. We're in the make the game work at all stage. Speaking of which, let's finish off abilities. So I just talked about the whole draw border thing. So bioluminescence, let's make a Boolean value. Man, our card class is getting awful big. Let's set a Boolean value of bool is passive ability. Sweet. Let's do then draw border. Oh no, we won't even do that. Hold on. Bioluminescence is passive ability equal true. And we'll set the default of that Boolean value I just made to... I'm scrolling so much and I'm getting myself sick. Oh, I'm sorry. Right there. Okay. Is passive ability. We'll set it to false. So that's all that means. This here. It's just like equal 0 or whatever. We'll spell it out. So it's always false by default. So it's always glows at the end of every turn if it has an ability. But we're going to set it to true. And that's all that does for now. Then we come back to the game loop where we, where is it? Handle abilities. Ability given type, need stats updated, attack to add, as active ability, ability check, use ability, draw. This isn't where I'm drawing though. This is just handling abilities. Basically, so you don't duplicate abilities. If you have creatures on the, hold on, let me give you an example. So for example, right, we have a field full of Azure dragons. Ooh, so glowy. What happens if you highlight this and between two cards and you click? Well, only the top one bonuses, right? Boom, right? We keep clicking and then the bottom one goes, right? So click and then click. The reason why is because before, when I didn't have that logic there, they would both activate, which is a very big no-no. That's all that does. Now we're gonna go to the point where we draw border. So update field value. Find card from ID, temp rec, temp life. Now what we're gonna do is instead of draw border, we're gonna have, oops. Okay, close. Okay, don't do threads. I don't know what I just did. Hot reload. Okay, we just turned on the debugger and I hate my life. Hold on. Oh no. Oh, chat, how do I not do this? Oh no. What did I do? I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. Build solution. Do you want to stop debugging? Yes. Everything works? Okay, sweet. So now, if has active ability and field dot ability combo. Oh, I need to save. Field dot cards. Oh, that's a field value. Has active ability. So I could either look to the voice mod TOS and confirm that you cannot use voice mod stuff in the game. Look at the Discord. Applicable fees. Voice mod grants you a non-exclusive right to review, use, and display such content for content available under subscription only for as long as the subscription remains active, solely through voice mod tools and products. Non-commercial use, except for monetization generated by content creators through social networks and social media in accordance with these terms. Okay, well, no voice mod it is. That's true. Good job. Damn, I didn't even think that would be an issue, but hey, c'est la vie. That's life. And that's totally fair for them to not expect that, and we're not going to push them for it, so that's fine. We just won't use voice mod for the project. We'll just use Audacity. I will remake the snap silence sound, which is fine. Has active ability? No. But what we will do, we can either, so this is a field point value. This has nothing to do with cards. This is just telling me is, does the card in place have an active ability? That's all this is. So I thought we could do something like Can the field point? Well, I guess that's what matters. Oh, you know what? We have a creature. The local creature from this spot. Okay. Local creature dot. Where is it? Is passive ability equal false? Then do it. So now everything should be the same. The only difference is when we play. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, now it's always drawing a border. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, geez. Wait, did I screw something up? Oh, I did or. My bad. It should be and. Sorry, I made it so that the logic was like, it was only looking at, it was looking at either possibility being true, not both being true at the same time. Extremely doubt it matters to you in your free game. Well, it's the principle of it, right? Like, I don't want to just, you know, voice mod doesn't want me to use it for the project. I'm not going to use it. It's okay. That grunt sounds like it was made with our specific voice modulator. Well, it's, I don't want, you know, that's just their technology, their software. I'm not going to rob them. All right. So when we press space, the only creatures who should have borders are the forest spirits, not the fireflies. Fuck. Why do they have borders? Why do they have borders? Why do you have a border? Do I have max stats? Is that gonna be a problem? Probably not, right? It's kind of fun. Dude, if somebody can figure out how to have 5 million attack and defense, you deserve it, okay? Oh, here's a fun one you guys didn't see. If following if statement is removed, then creatures rarely have -2 billion life. I don't know why. Let's try it. Let's see what happens if I turn that little function off. Okay, cool. Let's summon a bunch of forest spirits. All should be 2 1s. Oh, wait, it works now. Wait, what the fuck? What? Chat, I'm not crazy. When I did that without that if statement before, sometimes Firefly Queen just had like -2 billion health. I'm gonna keep that on. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Basically, if the creature has negative life, then set it to normal stats. That's all this does. And for some reason, now it works. So thanks, chat. You're my lucky little guys and girls. Okay, so what's wrong here? If the creature has a passive ability equals false, but Firefly doesn't. Firefly does not have an active ability. It has bioluminescence. Is passive ability equal true? What a weird. All instances of Firefly have that Boolean value. Oh, you know what? I just figured it out. Okay. Here's what happened. Okay, so let's do 2 fireflies here. One firefly was just spawned and had no ability used. This firefly, click, now has an ability used. We press space to end the turn. No, it still glowed. What the fuck? I thought it was bioluminescence. Have no border drawn next turn, but they still draw. What the heck? What the heck is going on here? So this is on ability use, so that shouldn't be there. I think what we should do is just have another Boolean value on the ability function. So this is L ability dot ability is active. No, it's not an ability. It's a creature effect. Oh, that's a little more difficult. That's more difficult because this doesn't care about ability. Well, creatures have abilities. Okay, maybe that is the correct way to go. Maybe this doesn't even need to touch this. Okay, let's get this out of creature. Let's put it in ability. I didn't think that would be the case, but okay. Boolean ability is active equals false. Boolean is passive ability equals false. Okay. Give the ability info. So now save. Is, oh, this would end up being is passive, comma, Boolean is passive. Come up here. All of the abilities now get a false. Copy. So what we're doing here, all we're doing here is just making it so now we have another qualification. But hey, that's why we don't have a bunch of abilities made, you know? Is a passive ability. True. Growth is not. Spawn Firefly is not. Bioluminescence is. Bond is. Dive is not. Okay, sweet. So now we come back to our card module with the abilities. We come down to give ability info. This is going to take a Boolean is passive. And then is passive ability is going to be equal to is passive. Okay, let's run it. Oops, something's wrong. Make ability does not take 7 arguments. Because I didn't prototype it. You are correct. Boolean is passive. Go. Is passive ability is not a member of creature. You are correct. L creature dot ability given dot is a passive ability equals false. Okay, now it should work. We're gonna do the same test. Firefly Queen, space, spawn to Firefly. So when I press space, this should not have a border. Firefly Queen does. Oh! Oh! Beautiful. You should re-record everything you used voice mod for with this game in something like Audacity. Well, good thing we only have like 5 sound effects. So yeah, a big burden. Or pay an actual SFX artist to record a proper SFXs. We're already spending a couple of $1,000s on the game so far. I don't see the need to spend more. I think I am fully capable of doing grunts more and just pitch it down, you know? I bet we'll be fine. I think I can do really basic bugs and creature sounds on my own. And hey, if anyone wants to volunteer, I will take any .wav file. All right, sweet. Spawn a creature, beautiful. So this should work the same with Phoenix. Beautiful, okay. Whew. That part's done. All right, we're done. No more unnecessary Firefly or Phoenix borders. Beautiful. Next, what's next on the agenda? Relics. Relics need that too. So Maxwell pillars should glow when I press space, and currently they don't because we don't actually measure anything. So this is a little more difficult now. We have borders drawn. Update field value, renderer, data list, field point value, local creature. So everything is the same because believe it or not, relics are creatures. That's how I program the game. So it's super easy to like bounce around. So creatures become relics, vice versa, super easily. So all we're gonna do now is, because we don't need to iterate through stats, handle abilities, ability check. I think all we have to do is do the same thing. So where are we drawing the border? It's right here with update field values, right? So if field dot has active ability. So where are we referencing update field values at? Here. Draw creatures on field. Local creature, temp rect. Creature row 2, creature row 1, creature row 1, creature row 1, row 1, row 3, relic row 1, so we're already checking it. And then we draw a regular border. So what is the difference about these? Just update field values. So I'm just not even using that function then. Okay. Well, let's try using the function. Okay, here's what we're going to do. It's a little weird. We're going to do nothing here, and we're just going to reference relic row 1. And we're just going to see what happens. Okay, we have Maxwell's pillars all the way across. So we have 050 as the stats getting drawn, which is not correct. That is... Uh-oh, everything's coded as a minion? Well, on purpose, right? Spells are not going to be a minion, okay? Or creature. Fuck. Sorry. Spells are not going to be creatures. They are going to be programmed differently. But relics are explicitly because you will be bouncing around creatures and relics, or at least the game will have that capability. The problem is that 050 was supposed to be the stats of when it's on the field, so that's not correct. When I press space, the abilities don't glow. So we need abilities to glow and the stats not to get drawn. So what's different here? Let's just delete these because I don't need them anymore because the borders are still getting drawn, right? Yeah, I still see a translucent border around that in the same way scarabs are up here. Okay, so that's good. So I can delete these now. Let's go to update field value. And we might as well update both of them to be the same here. Both rows of relics, they're going to be the same regardless. Okay, so now we update field value again, but this time we have to take into account it's a relic. Temp attack, temp life is equal to attack and life of the current creature. That doesn't matter. Render copy of the art. Okay, then you draw the border around it. That's fine. That's the translucent border. So if field.has active ability equals true, has passive ability equals false, that should be triggering on relics, but it's not. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This should only be triggering if it's a creature. And right now it's triggering every time. So let's do this. Let's do if L creature dot is a creature equals true, then do this. Now, what that should solve is now when I play Maxwell's Pillar, only the creatures glow when I press space. Well, no, all of them will glow, but right now we don't. Oh, no, never mind. Fuck the glowing. I'm sorry. It already worked. Maxwell's Pillar doesn't have any font drawn on it, but this does. But these need to glow when they press space. Okay, that's fine. Has he learned to use the debugger yet? Don't need a debugger. I got my motherfucking eyes. Welcome to a C++ programming stream, baby. Fucking, how about I free up some memory in your mom's butt? Look out, C++ programmers on the prowl, baby. So why isn't this triggering? Am I not declaring the field point to have an active ability? Because that's the only reason why that would turn off. So where do I do has active ability? I think it's in the main loop, right? Let's see. Oh, we just don't iterate. Oh, that's all. We just need to iterate through, this should be its own function, but whatever. This is field dot relic row 1. And then this is relic row 2. Go. Space. Okay, now when I press space, everything on the field should glow, including these. Fuck. Wait, what about the second row? No! Okay, that's fine. That's one step. Okay, good. What's next? Where else do I have it has active ability? Nowhere. Interesting. Is that the only place I call that? Oh, right here. Handle abilities. Field.creature row 3 has active ability equals false. Oh, when we use, that's when I click it. Okay, that's fine. No, I do need this. This is subtracting the quanta count based on the cost of the ability. Use ability with those stats. Stats need updated equals true if it's a thing that needs updated. Basically, if anything changes their attack. Attack to add, life to add, ability combo. So how many times in a row you use an ability? Quick question. Why did you choose to write everything yourself instead of using an engine like Unity? Steffi Sot, that is a great question. Why do I program everything myself when I could use an engine? I find value. How do I phrase this? No, it is not for fun. That's not fair. It's a cop-out answer for me to say, I'm entertained by making my own engine. That's not a real answer. Not one I would give anyway. I think when you play a video game, when anyone plays a video game, they are not stupid. I know the average gamer thinks like the average consumer is like so stupid and dumb and whatever. I don't believe that. I think people are smart. I'm a glass 2/3 full kind of guy, okay? I think the average consumer is smart and you're aware and you understand, okay? I think you can tell passion when a video game is made with passion. I think you can tell that little attention to detail. I think you can tell when the creator shows that they loved making something, okay? Let me give you an example, okay? I I commissioned art for this game, okay? When Aphrodite made Green Dragon, okay? I can tell this was made with passion, okay? I can tell that she loved the idea of how she made this Green Dragon, and I think it shows in her work, right? That's why I commissioned her. I really like her work. You can tell, okay? The problem I have with video game engines like Unity or even kind of Unreal, but to a lesser extent, the problem is it shows a lack of passion when people rely on engines. It's one thing, how do I say this? It's one thing when you use an engine because you don't want to pay the money to make the thing, but you still know how. It's another thing when you use an engine and you don't know like how to implement something like ray tracing and you use an engine because it can take care of it for you. I think as I make the video game more and more elements, kind of, you know, this is what we got so far. As we kind of make the game and all that, I think what I'm appreciating is I'm glad I didn't skip any steps. Everything in the game as it is right now, besides the art, everything in the game I have made, right? I threw in the little element signs, how the font is rendering, how like abilities are implemented. Every single facet about this game I have made, and I know everything about it. I know how to implement a UI from scratch in C++. I know how to scale resolution, like all the artifacts stay the same size relatively. Like it's all something I can do. And if I relied on a video game engine to do it for me, I think that would be I think what you're sacrificing, what you gain in time and, I don't know, the ability to dev more, you give up, you sacrifice passion, I think. Oh, you just had to say I'm serious about the game I make? Well, that comes across a little bit mean. Ray tracing is simple, just hard to do fast. Well, you know, let's not get crazy here. Anyway, that's kind of my logic. Aphrodite, oh, the artist is in chat. Well, hi there. How's it going? But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all. All right, so let's just copy and paste here. I don't know if this is actually what we're gonna do, but boy, oh boy, we're gonna do it. So this is relic row 1. Gary, just use a function. Well, fuck. Let's just see if this even works first. Relic row 1, relic row 1. Gary, use control fucking fuck and replace it all at once. Well, again, we're gonna see if this even works first, okay? Don't at me. Listen, if you think you could do it better, make your own goddamn game engine, okay? tell me to use my own goddamn game engine. Okay. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, please work. Okay. We now have 7 relics. You know what? All of them. We're going to have a field full of relics. Okay, you can't play anymore. All right. When I press the space bar, it should glow like these forest spirits are up here. Please work. Fuck. Why isn't it working? The only difference between a relic and a creature is the field it's iterated on. That's it. It's the same card. It's just where it's iterated on the field. So why does that... Okay, field has active ability equals false. This is when we click the thing to get rid of the ability. So let's look for has active ability. Let's do that. Okay, oh. Okay, so this is what I want to be true. This statement here. If this statement ever holds up true, right here, that means this draw active ability border works. So that's just yellow outline. So field dot creature row. Oh, I didn't update. Okay, I figured it out. I didn't iterate through or I did iterate correctly. I didn't, I wasn't referencing the right spot on the field. So this should now be correct. Now it should work. Okay. Whew. I already know it's gonna work. I am fully, hold on, we didn't draw correctly. Now I am fully ready for this. Okay, I am confident. You know what, I'm so confident, let's fill our, here, there we go, full field, full UI, okay? I press space, every single square in here, including Maxwell's pillars, should glow, all right? 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's even rendering in the correct order. And if I click right here, it should only render the top box, not the bottom one. Uh-oh. Okay, that needs fixing, but shut the fuck up. It's, let me have my moment, okay? Yes, okay, bottom rectangles are getting asked for first on the priority click list, but that's okay. We can fix that, all right? Don't panic. Next step, make this for Nintendo. If we don't care about blurriness, I don't see why not. It's just like there's so little being drawn right now. Chat, how much memory am I consuming right now? Field full of numbers, constantly getting updated. 57 megabytes of RAM. So any device that has like operating system plus 57 megabytes of RAM availability, there you go. You can run this game. Also, what's my CPU power right now? It's kind of getting taxed, right? I don't know. It's hard to give. Is this like too much? Well, it's hard to say because I'm VTubing right now and I'm streaming and I'm running like YouTube music video online. So CPU is getting kind of hammered right now. That's why I'm kind of happy about the demo because, whoops, sorry, I disconnected there. That's why I'm kind of happy about the demo because I don't know what the CPU tax actually is on this because I'm streaming and I'm VTubing. Any Windows PC could play it. Well, it's the principle of it, you know? 14 gigabytes in use, 114 gigabytes unused. Listen, kids, we render, okay? We render here, all right? I want the RAM space. 4090 is using 50% of its capability, but that's because we are VTubing right now in 8K image, so there you go. 1 rec 4 gig RAM on 32, 8 on 64. Oh, this is not 32-bit compatible. My game isn't. You can't run it on a 32-bit system. We had the choice. It's just when we initialized SDL, I believe. Oh, SDL3. I don't know if you guys saw. You cannot initialize everything like this. You have to actually initialize individual subsystems now, like image, font, audio, like the way we kind of threw in. I think I just threw it in. Yeah, TTF in it. No fail state, Nothing. I am just assuming your computer can run fonts, all right? No error reporting at all. Bitch, you're gonna have a font and it's gonna work. All right. So what we have to do is when we render, I think it's down here. I think this needs to go first. I think that's the only difference this makes. So now we come back here, we fill our thing with Maxwell's pillars, even a couple of empathic bonds. So all the purple ones should glow. The temp art empathic bonds should not, because it's not an active ability, it's a passive ability. Space. Okay, perfect. Now, when I highlight 2 rectangles of Maxwell's pillars on top of each other and I click, it should only render the top one, not the bottom one, or it should go away. Perfect. Okay, sweet. Now, if I click it again, but I'm on the top one, it does render, which I'm okay with that behavior. That's fine. That's intended. Okay, sweet. Oh, that's not intended behavior though. Ooh, look at that. When I'm on Maxwell's pillar, it's fine, but when I'm over empathic bond and I go over to Maxwell's pillar, that should still say empathic bond right there. So that's not correct behavior. So relic row 2 should be highlighted before relic row 1 in every situation. That's fine. Render cards in hand, draw border, update mouse location, find card from ID, iterate on field check. Okay, so this is where we do it. So this should go here. So same thing, we switched one function around a little bit. Okay, same setup, space, beautiful. Now, beautiful, all right. We still make sure it works. Wonderful, wonderful, awesome. It still works when you click under it, but I don't care. It's fine. It's not going to change any behavior because the top one is always clicked first if it has an active ability. Okay. Whew. I want to play on Steam. I want to play this in general. Dude, you have to understand, okay? Do you guys want to know my pain? Imagine loving this game and the most popular version of this game has a card that looks and behaves like this. This is my life, okay? Cardinal pillar, additive. What does that mean? I don't know. Randomly gain 1 to 2 entropy, gravity, time, aether, quanta each turn, 2/3 chance to gain 2. Chat, I love elements of the game, and I am super appreciative there are other people out there who want to make this game work in the modern era. This is like the complete opposite direction I want to take the game in. Oh man, even like the art. Ugh, not even the art. The art's, you know what? I like the art. Very random, but so is the effect. It's the border that kills me, man. It's the font. It's the default Arial font. I love our cards. Our cards are beautiful and nice and so peaceful and so wonderful. I'm going to stream it a bunch. Well, you're a busy lady and you have a lot of work to do and you may not be super on board with a card game like Magic the Gathering, so it's not everybody's cup of tea. If it's your cup of tea, go all for it, but you don't have to force it if you don't want to. You already got your bag, you know? Looks way nicer. Oh, before we get started programming again, can we talk for a second about the next project? I was thinking, okay? There's 2 projects I want to make. I'm talking like we're even close to finishing this one. We're not. We're still going to be programming this game for like the next 1 to 2 months. But in terms of, well, actually, it's like a month and a half away, probably. In terms of the actual next project, I have 2 things in mind. Either Plastic Men or we remake Arcanum. It wouldn't be called Arcanum. It's not like Elements the game where I'm gonna use the IP, but it'll be a game that's a spiritual successor to Arcanum. It's one of the two. I'm totally torn on it. Plastic Men is gonna be a remake of Army Men, the RTS kind of mid-hit, 3-hit wonder from 3DO back on the PC gaming days. Army Men 1, Army Men 2, Army Men Toys in Space was the series. And then you had your 3D games like Army Men 3D. I ignore those. Those are so forgettable. The original Army Men, the RTS, that would be the next game. Or we look at Arcanum, which is one of my very favorite video games ever. And it's a game nobody's heard of. Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura. I love this game. Oh, it's on Steam. That's right. It's so nice. Basically, think Dungeons and Dragons rules. So you have like abilities and you have like your what are they called? Dailies? I never actually played Dungeons and Dragons, but like you have like abilities and you're like role playing. And what's cool about it is, and the reason why I love it is because it is truly do whatever it takes, however you want it. You're going to get rewarded the same way, right? It's not a game where it's like, oh, you could do whatever you want, but of course you kill them because that's how you get experience. In this game, it's whether you kill the enemy. Like, okay, here's a scenario you get pretty early on, right? If there's a bridge you need to cross, right? And there's no other way around the bridge, you need to cross it. You come across a gang of 3, right? 1 sly talking skinny dude and 2 really strong ogres who are dumb, okay? How do you get across the bridge? You go up, the bandits say, hey, we're bandits, give us gold or you're gonna leave, okay? Or we're gonna have a problem kind of situation. Do you A, kill them, B, steal the keys from them, C, talk your way out of the problem, or D, work with the town to kind of get rid of them, right? And go on that own quest. Well, regardless of what you pick, you're getting the same experience, okay? It's just your choices. Oh, it feels so good. And it's not even a situation where it's like a little choice leads to a bigger choice, leads to a bigger choice, and the whole game changes. It's not like that. It's not like this branching, just overarching story. It's more like a bunch of little scenarios that you solve in your own way, and then you make a character that's kind of well equipped for whatever scenarios you want. I think it's, I love this game. Nobody's heard of. Seath's video on it is 4.4 million views. Okay, does it? Oh, hold on. I know it does, but I mean, like, is that what people clicked on that video because it's Arcanum, or did they click on that video because it's Seth and he's a great content creator? If I knew how to code, I would want to make a dress-up game. It feels reasonable for an intro project. A dress-up game? Like The Sims? Well, sorry, when I hear dress up, that's what I think of as The Sims. Oh man, did you guys, hold on. Chat, have you guys ever heard of The Sims build mode music? Now, I know a lot of people have heard it, but I am convinced this is the greatest video game soundtrack to ever exist. It's so beautiful, listen. This music, it's not just that I grew up with it, because I did play a lot of Sims in my life. This music is S tier. I love the build mode music. I think my favorite is 2, probably 2. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, chat. When I was, let me tell you, when I was 8 years old, this was the shit. When did The Sims come out? The Sims 1. Came out in 2000. Wow, I would have been 8 years old. Good job, Gary. Or 7, I guess. 7 years old. Oh, sorry, I meant like -2, right, chat? Like Polly Pocket dress up? Okay, I'm gonna Google this. I don't know what Polly Pocket dress up is.
Hello, Disney Car Toys. Hello, Disney Car Toys here, and today we're going to do something really special with my Magic Doll collection.
It's okay. You know what? Old Polly Pop. Oh, this is probably what you're talking about. Oh, that's what you mean by dress, like a little princess game. You know what? If I was paid to make a game like this, you know what I would make? What's it called? Is it Princess Maker? Is that what it was? Well, that's the original Princess Maker. What's the one on Steam? Whatever, they're all kind of the same game. The idea here is you're going to have a little girl, a little princess who you quote unquote raise, but you're not their parent. Well, you're sometimes their parent. The idea is you have a little girl and you give her the schedule for the week. You can make her go to school, learn sewing, learn how to fight with a sword. And then depending on how you raise her, she then has different endings. Like sometimes she's a great warrior. Sometimes she's, you know, a prostitute. Sometimes she's like the town drunk, and the more you succeed in making her the queen, who must be regal and disciplined and kind but understanding. That's how I would do it. So you would dress up the queen or princess, and then you would like play and have fun. That's how I would do that. The video game, LOL, you're deep into kids YouTube now. Well, yeah. Gary's bit about videos with 4 million views being obscure knowledge is so peculiar. Chat, do you guys realize 4 million views isn't even that much anymore? Is that even Seth's like both watch video? I can't talk right now. I'm sorry. Hey. Most popular, 8.5, 8, 7.6, 6.9, 6.7, 6.4, 6.3. Crusader Kings 2. I love Crusader Kings. Whereas there it is, Arcanum. Oh,
Hey
baby.
People, Seth here. Today, I'll be covering in this fantasy setting, the civilized world is undergoing an industrial revolution, which parallels...
Oh, that's right. And you had orcs in the city, and you could overthrow, what is it, Gil Bates? Gil Bates. This game was made in the 90s, okay? I never watched this YouTuber before. He's a game that is, he focuses on old or new, or he makes videos on PC games people like me would like. So like Crusader Kings, I don't know, I've never even played World of Tanks, Bloons, Total fucking Biscuit. I don't know. There's a lot of games here that he's talked about. Heroes of Might and Magic I really like, Fable, Path of Exile, Arcanum, Deus Ex, more Heroes of Might and Magic. There's a lot of Necopara. What the hell? There's a lot of old PC games he likes this. Why did he make a League of Legends video? Wait. Oh man, old YouTube has not scaled well. Where's my music? What the heck? Oh! Chat, can I just gush about one of my favorite YouTube channels? Angela Collier. She is a physicist, and she has so many good videos. There's one video I always recommend. Well, besides string theory, which she makes fun of, and I think it's hilarious. Physics Crackpots, a Theory. Okay, this is like a must-watch video for all women content creators, because you can extrapolate the physics industry from like online stuff. It's pretty easy, right? She is a physicist talking about what it's like to work in the field of physics, and it's so what a wonderful video. It's 25 minutes of just pure academic complaining, and I love it. And she has this effect that their audience kind of caught on to. She does this thing where she wants to explain something, and she's like, it just works like this, and she just gets frustrated. Like, she gets overwhelmed with like her own definition. I don't know. I think it's funny. I highly recommend this channel. I think it's great. Great channel. She made a video called Long Live Scientific Debate. Don't even know what it's about, but I'm gonna watch it later. 47 minutes. Oh, I'm eating good today, kings and queens. Oh, I know what I'm doing after stream. For 47 minutes and 1 second, I am watching this goddamn video in the background. I won't debate you. Here's why. Wonderful. Yeah, she basically gets really frustrated at like wannabe physicists of the world. And she's like, listen, dudes, if you're going to like forward a physics paper. This was so smart. She once said, well, in the video I linked, she talked about how like, hey, people like message me all the time privately being like, hey, you're a physicist. I didn't graduate college, but I'm a physicist too. I'm a physicist at home. And they give her a paper and she's like, this is like trying to overhaul Einstein's like basic fundamental principles. And all that we understand about physics is wrong. And she's like, dude, if somebody just gave me a paper that was like, hey, this extremely minor problem in the middle of nowhere physics that nobody cares about is incorrect, she would actually read it. But nobody ever submits that. It's all like world changing physics, like string theory or something like that. And she just grows so frustrated with it. And her complaining is my content. Okay. I love it. Is there anything else I'm going to recommend right now? I'm in like a recommend kind of mood. Oh, Starship Velociraptor. Have you guys seen this before? It's a video. I don't know. It's great. I love it. It's so nice. It looks so pretty. It's so beautiful. Hold on. We'll watch the ending thing here. Hold on 1 second. Starship Velociraptor. I'm keeping the music low on purpose, by the way. Oh, hold on. Watch this. It's beautiful. Finest ship in the galaxy. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, great video. Well, the music, it's whatever to me, but the animation's beautiful. Oh, who else am I? Bookborn. As a guy who reads and is currently dating a librarian, let me tell you, Bookborn, great YouTube channel. If nothing else, she actually does a video series on the A Song of Ice and Fire. She does like 20 to 40 minute reviews of each book. And you know what? It's a pretty dang good series. I like it. She made a recent video on we learned the wrong lessons from my favorite stories. Okay, not that. She has like no views. She has like a 43,000 subscriber channel. Feast for Crows. Oh, loved this video.
Sam, I think what's really sad is I'm pretty sure, well, no, I know.
You guys can't even hear her. But like, this is great. Love it. She gets like excerpts from the book she really likes. Great. Love it. Channel. Awesome. Is there anything else I'm recommending right now? Let's get programming. Hold on. I'm in a mood. The only math paper I ever share is the one about aerodynamics of large. I don't know. Is there any other channels I would recommend right now at this very second? Lo-Fi Leah. Okay. Lo-Fi Leah. Playlists. Scratch that, not playlists. Lo-Fi Leah, for you, you're going to see season 4, season 2, season whatever, right? If you're a streamer and you want easy music that doesn't get copyrighted, you cannot play season 2 or season 3. There's some Final Fantasy VII music in there that gets you hit. But if you want season 4 or season 1, look at this. 9,000 views, and it's like an hour of music. It's beautiful. Undertale. All right, let's listen to it. Lo-Fi Leah, highly recommend. Great lo-fi channel. It's probably my favorite lo-fi channel. They're a vibe. It's like this music and Riot Sessions like feeds my oh, anyway, sorry, back on topic. Either we're gonna remake Arcanum, calling it something else, but it's like an RPG. But the way the game is done is it's not as bad as like Fallout or Elder Scrolls. It's not those kind of games. It's much more smaller scale. It's less important, the decisions you make. It's more like locally important instead of macroly important, if that makes sense. Or we do Plastic Men, which is an Army Men remake, which will not feature choices, but will instead have like, I don't know, it's just Army Men. I love that game. And it's so easy to make. Chat. Think about how cool it would be to hire like commission. Okay, let's put it this way. Okay, if we make the next, how about this? If we make Elements and it's actually like decently played, even though it's going to be free to play, whatever, we're not going to make any money. I'm losing money on it. If it's like any sort of audience I build off of that, who's like, hey, what's your next game going to be? If we have that kind of thing, if the dream happens and that happens, I would probably budget about, because it's my own money again, probably about $10,000 toward the next project, whatever that would be. So if we did, well, depending on the project is how we would spend the money. So what I would do for the $10,000 is I would be programming both games on my own. So that would already be done. They're both single player games, so there's no server cost or anything. What I would do is I would spend for Army Men. I'm thinking about how to do the split. It would probably be like $6,000 toward artists and maybe $3,000 toward voice actors and maybe like $1,000 toward sound. Because I'm super lucky in that the original was also a product of budget and used royalty-free music, which is hilarious. Arcanum, so I could use it. Arcanum would be different. Arcanum would be like mostly voice acting and the art would be less so. It would be like $3,000 art, like $6,500 voice acting and like $500 towards sound. Because the sound, again, I could remake on my own. What's two pieces of metal clashing, you know? That's how I would do it. But I would budget $10,000, assuming people don't just call me a horrible, you know, game dev for how I'm doing Elements, you know? That's kind of ostensibly the long-term prospect of our second game. Do Arcanum. I think everybody's gonna say Arcanum because that's the only one they've heard of versus that or Army Men, which I'm convinced I am the only person that has ever played that game. But either way, this is assuming that we've had a decent amount of players in Elements. If this swallows into the abyss and the Elements, the game community rejects it because I'm making some good changes. Not everybody likes change, you know, this isn't Ratatouille. Then we'll see. What am I working on now? I forgot. So we have relics done. Creatures done. Is there anything I need to do? Is there anything I need to do now? Besides buff dive because 3 air quanta is too much. What do I need to do? Whenever I end a turn, I need to gain quanta. Is there anything I need to do before I start making player 2? Make abilities work? Well, not even make abilities work. They work. Now we just have to like give them something to do, like dive doubles your attack for the turn kind of deal, right? I'm almost wondering if we're almost to the point now where I can just make player 2 and just hide the cards in hand and then just make the AI and that's it. Obviously, there's a little things we can fix, like quanta not allowed to go negative, so deny the ability, stuff like that. But I'm talking like stuff that doesn't take like 2 lines of code. I think we start working on quanta, I guess. So do we have images of square quanta? I think I made those a while ago, right? It would be under card quanta. Ooh, no, I didn't. I have 120 images and I have 30 images. I could just grab the 120 image and then just make a square out of it in SDL. So we just grab the square and then that's what appears in there. I could do that, or I could just make it so the whole square is here around it, but I think that kind of looks goofy. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. The wood would be visible in the background because this is like a translucent layer. Arcanum fans got fed big with Baldur's Gate 3. On the other hand, RTS drought is still ongoing. Okay, just to be clear, when I say RTS, I mean it like the old school way. Don't think use building to create unit and then out macro your opponent. That's not what Army Men is. Army Men is ostensibly a single player game and it's an action game, but you control units like you're in an RTS game. So it was always put into the RTS category, right? Okay, how about this? Do you remember those old StarCraft missions where you played as like Kerrigan in like the building in StarCraft 1 and you went around and you got the units and then you controlled the units as you got them? That is Army Men in a nutshell. It's those missions, the game, right? You start out with like one unit, you go and you save your friend, and now you have a flamethrower guy. Like that is Army Men. So to that extent, it's an RTS, but I don't know if people, when they hear that, they're going to think like, oh, this is like StarCraft. You have to gather resources to build units. It's a different branch of the RTS genre. So what do we have to do here? We have to load these textures. So is that the real size of this? Oops. So this is the real size. I guess that works. Can I make that even smaller? No. So if that's the real size, I could just render it at 120 by 120 and then cut out a rectangle on it based on the size of the screen, because this is the biggest. Oh no. If I make it 120 by 120 on any monitor in any situation, people with 4K monitors like Miss Aphrodite over here, or 8K monitors, whatever she has, which is monstrous in terms of resolution compared to my monitor, her little gravity quanta would be really, really tiny, right? Like a fraction of what this is. Like it would be like 30 by 30 to me. So we can't do a flat 120 by 120 render to get that in there, because I'm thinking it goes right here in this far left square, this little circle here. My thought process was we could just cut out a square of this. So I guess we could do that, is we just cut out a square based on this 120 image, and then we just stretch it to whatever this square is on the inside. I think that's how we have to do it. It's not going to look pretty because it's not going to be an even render. We're not going to keep the same aspect ratio, or sorry, we're keeping the same aspect ratio, but we might have an issue where there's like an odd pixel or something and it looks kind of jaggedy. But does it matter? I don't know. I still think people tend to prefer to them as real-time tactics games. Yes, that's a better descriptor. Yeah, like Company of Heroes. Oh, what's Company of Heroes? Copy. Paste. Oh. Yes, exactly like this. I like Army Men 1 look way more. Oh, also the other cool part about this, I love that because we're doing little green plastic men, violence is a non-issue. In fact, art is going to be kind of, well, it's going to be easier because all you have to do, okay, thank you. Because all you have to do is have your little guy with like a 3 or 4 frame run animation with like 8, like maybe like cardinal directions plus diagonals, maybe even more. I don't know. The game looks like it has 16 directions, but we don't even know. I don't even know if we need to go that far, but you'd have like the model, right? And this is a 2D game, so every direction is its own set of animations. We could have it where we would have a male model, a female model, and we could just have a grayscale art commission done and then color it, or even have the artist color it ourselves, where it's like green, red, blue, orange, or something like that, where they all have the same like shadow values, but it's just what color we want like the different varieties to be. And because there's male and female, and then that would be literally every character in the game, right? I don't know. Like we could do a lot here. This is the bazooka. I know this just by memory. Is this the mortar? Or, oh no, this is the mortar. So here we go. Boom. And chat, what is this animation besides a couple of JPEGs that are getting animated around? Mortar goes and it falls. Look at this. This is like 4 of the same explosions slightly offset. I could make that game. And then we would need art for like the tank, and basically every object in the game would be almost destructible. So you'd have like the tank prop and then destroyed tank prop, the well and the destroyed well, you know, stuff like that. It's orthographic. Cool. Yeah. Company of Heroes is awesome. What about non-binary, etc. people? Well, the game, okay, so this is where the story comes in. So Army Men 1 plays it straight. It's a World War II game. Army Men 2 gets it right. Army Men 2, oh, this game has the aesthetic I want. The idea is now you're green plastic men a la Toy Story and you're in the real world. So you run around and you have enemies and it's like, ooh, you're shooting little tan guys like the first game. But now you're fighting in the real world. Now you have to fight cockroaches and you know, bugs and like large things to you, but small things in the world. This is gonna be what we're going for. So the idea is it's gonna be Toy Story from the perspective of little plastic soldiers, but it's played serious. So these guys aren't like, let's go find our friend. It's more like a, Sarge, we got enemies on our broadside, help ASAP. No! And then you like die and plastic pieces fall everywhere. Love it. Like here, you have little burners, right? This is the part of the game, this is the tutorial level. This part teaches you like, okay, there are gonna be parts on the map where I have to use common sense and stepping on them kills my characters. So if you have a guy of one of your little teammates here and he steps on the burner while it's on, he'll like do a little melting animation. He'll be like, ah, help me! And he like melts like the Wicked Witch of the West, right? So you have more enemies and then the burners turn on and then you have to like either wait or you have to dodge them. And then there you go. And then if you run into them, their little soldiers melt and it's really sad. But because it's played so serious, it's hilarious, I think. I love it. And then you run and it's beautiful. Oh, and here's the real genius part of this. Oh, it's so smart. I don't even know if they realized how smart it was at the time. Do you see how there's this whole map in the corner and none of it's like blacked out like traditional StarCraft or Warcraft games? I love what they did here. They made this game in a way where the whole map is always revealed to you, but you can't go there. Like in terms of your camera, you can only view the camera a certain distance away from your character and you can't see what's on the minimap outside of what's in your immediate vicinity. And it's so smart because now I hate it. That's like the first cheat code every person does in an RTS. Every single person, black sheep wall, black sheep wall, black sheep wall. Because fuck blacked out mini-maps. Oh, I love it. Fog of War, yes, thank you. So the idea here is you know what the whole map looks like, get there, you know? You know this whole kitchen is just one U-turn away, and that's the end of the level, but you don't know what's in your way. You don't know what enemies are there. You can't put your camera there, so you can't even zoom in that well. But there you go. Oh, and it's so nice. I love it. Okay, there's your cockroaches. Oh no, there's a cockroach. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna have the magnifying glass weapon, which is just stupidly overpowered, but you have a magnifying glass weapon. I'm not gonna do that. Fuck that. That's so stupid. Look, and it burns alive. So dumb. I like it more when you have to like fight the enemy like for realsies. So you walk up. Come on, shoot the bazooka. That's like the most fun weapon. Oh my god, look at this try-hard fucking point-blank rifle. OP. And look, there's the, oh, you killed a cockroach. See, I can make this game. All I need is art and a little voice acting, and you can, I think we can make this game. What was the final boss here? There's the lighter. The lighter explodes, which is funny. Cockroaches, right, just a bunch of them. There you go, you'll shoot your old bazooka. But yeah, I think this is what we're gonna do. I think it's totally doable. It's probably within my wheelhouse. It'll be difficult, but I think I can do it. Machine gun nest plastic soldiers. Well, I can't, was it the first Army Men or the second one? Zombies. There was... Hold on. Army Men 2, it was Army Men 2. Okay, good. Army Men 2 is the better one. So this is, okay, are you guys ready for the most hilarious thing in the world? In Army Men 2, there are cutscenes. These cutscenes, I think, is the most fun I've ever seen a CG artist have in any video game made in like the 90s. So this is them stepping into the portal. Okay. Now, The idea here is every mission, and we're not going to do this. I don't think so. It's so expensive. But every mission in the original Army Men 2 had a unique death scene of what happens to Sarge when you lose the mission. So this is the kitchen scene we just saw, the kitchen level. And it's so traumatic. Every death is like Sarge getting burned alive or murdered or stabbed. It's like the most serious, like, it was like, if it's like a real person, it's horrifying, but because he's plastic, it's hilarious. You lose. Come on, give me another one. I need another classic. Okay, that's whatever. Oh, zombie level. This is the zombie death. Oh, no, it's not. It's different. Cute. Oh, the airplane level, yeah. Okay, for anyone here who thinks they can't do a run animation, this was a real game released in the 90s for PC. Look at this run animation. Go, Sarge, go! Get away! No, you failed! Cartoon effects, you lose. Oh, the dynamite level, yeah. Wah, wah. Dead. Love it. Ah, these death scenes. Oh, this was the zombie level. Okay. Horrifying, by the way. Okay. Now, he is about to grab this man's leg. This is a game for children, okay? Ostensibly. Game is either for children or old dads, okay? There's no in between. They could have done anything here, but instead they decided to make a death scene that I will forever be traumatized by, because when I was 7 years old, this thing gave me nightmares. Okay, you ready for this? Violence warning. I mean, it's like plastic, but still. Violence warning. Horrifying. How could you not have nightmares from that? Guy screaming, leg gets torn off. Listen, when you're 7, that shit's traumatic, okay? What was the next one? Oh, the mad scientist level. Yeah. That was my least favorite one. I don't remember this. It's a pinball. Oh, right. It was the final mission. It was it's an analogy to the nuclear bomb, and you need to stop them. Okay, that's right. Sweet. All right, anyway, I think that might be one of the games we make. I was watching Game of Thrones clips. I'm sorry. Man, they screwed up that ending. All right, where's my music? Let's get back to it. Jeez. Gary, you lose all your viewership when you do stuff like that. Well, sometimes you gotta diverge a little, you know? Sometimes you gotta have a little fun when you stream. You can't just do chat. If I did only programming, I would get so bored so quickly. I gotta have a little variety, you know? So what's next on the agenda? Besides giving creatures abilities, actually, you know, doing something. I think we do end of turn stuff now. So when we end turn, it does quanta. Oh, right. We were rendering quanta. Right. Okay. So we have a texture GUI data. Is that gonna matter? It will. So I think what we do is we have a function that draws all health and numbers. Where's that at? Draw life and numbers. I think what I'm gonna do is use this to draw the quanta bar. Quanta of choice. So I think what we do is we have another variable in the deck module, and we're gonna call this. Do we make this an integer or make this an elemental type? There is no elemental type here. Oh no, we do have elements. Oh, sweet. Good job, Gary. Damn, you already thought of this. Oh, good job. Okay, so element, mark to, we can just call this mark, right? I'm never going to use mark in any other context. So we have a mark. Auto, change mark. We're going to have an element, new mark. Mark is equal to new mark. Okay. And that's all this does. It just gives you a mark. Okay, sweet. So now every deck requires one. So let's come up here where we make our deck for now. Make, shuffle. Okay, let's do test deck dot. Well, let's save it first. Dot change mark. And we're gonna give it what should be our test one? We should do like air, right? So let's do no, we'll do entropy because that has the biggest graphic. We'll do entropy because that has the biggest graphic. I think that's what we'll do. Data list dot element data dot bracket. Which one was entropy? 2 0. Damn. Okay, good job. Man, it's amazing what happens when you plan things out. Okay, so now we have this deck having this quanta, which means I need to pass a deck element into draw life and numbers function. Here, so this is gonna take a deck, player 1 deck. It's gonna take that specifier. Oh wait, hold on. I already have, what's it called? Oh god, test deck, Jesus. So later on, we're gonna need player 2, but we'll come back to that later. So we have test deck as a variable. Come up here to our prototypes. Draw life and numbers, deck, player 1 deck. Copy, come down to draw life and numbers function. Not draw creatures, not draw creatures on field, not draw UI, not draw border, draw life and numbers. Sweet. All right, sweet. So now we have a player 1 deck. So what do we do with that information? We are going to let LRECT equal 0, 0, 120, 120, which is the original. Oh, no, we don't need that. We just need to make the texture. Oh, no, we already have the texture. It has, it's part of the ability, right? Abilities have, no, not abilities. I'm sorry. Elements have textures, don't they? Ah, oh, we already made it. Oh, chat. I love my own programming. We already have it already exists. It's beautiful. It's so nice. Okay, so now this is not gonna take a deck. It's gonna take an SDL texture pointer, and we're gonna call this player 1 mark. We're gonna call it that specifically because we already have the texture exists. I don't need no deck symbol. SDL texture pointer player 1 mark. And now when we go down to our function, as we call it, it's not going to be calling test deck. It's going to be calling test deck dot mark dot quanta big symbol. No, it's not. No. Yeah. Yeah, because we can generate the logic later. This is just drawing the graphic. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now we have the texture. It's already existing. So what do we do with it? Well, we need to make a rectangle on the field that represents where that is. So let's go up to our square here on our UI. Where is it? Three-way line, HP bars, quanta bars, equip boxes. Sweet. This is player 1, correct? Yes. So this is our formula for where it is on the screen. Copy. And then we paste. And then, if I can find where we're rendering life values, here. This, we're gonna have to trim down, but this is a float value for where the rectangle is on the screen. So we're gonna keep that for now. We'll come back to it. Then, because we already have the texture, SDL, render, copy, float value, because we have a float rectangle. Then we have the renderer, which is renderer, the texture, which is player 1 mark. Oh, we should call this mark. Player 1 mark, and then what else did this need? Null pointer for now. This is just the rectangle we're rendering from. We are gonna have a rectangle here, but we'll come back to that. And then we're gonna put it in reference of lrect. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do. So now a mark should appear when we run the game. Oh, well, I mean, fuck. A mark did appear. It's on the game. It's in the wrong square. Uh-oh, that's not good. Did I really reference the wrong rectangle? Also, it looks really choppy because we're stretching it out, and that's what I was kind of scared of. Okay, here's how we can fix this. Let's move it to the bottom square first. Let's grab the other formula for quanta boxes. So this should be the bottom left. Copy. Where's my guy? Paste. And you know what? Instead of null pointer, let's quickly do something like, whoops. Let's do something instead like, it's 120 by 120. Let's do 20.f, 20.f. It's a floating rectangle. So that's its X and Y value. And if it's 120 by 120, we want to do 80.f, 80.f. Something like that. Why doesn't this work? Too many initializer values? What? SDL rect pointer. What? Okay, hold on. Maybe we do another one? I don't know. SDL F rect L rect temp? I don't. L rect 2 is equal to this value. Semicolon. Reference to L rect 2. Here, we'll call this, you know what? Cut out rect. We'll call it that. How about that? So what's wrong here? Incompatible with SDL rect. Oh, it needs to be a regular rect. That's what the problem was. Okay, never mind. Control Z all of that. Okay, my bad, my bad. This should not be a .f value because it's a solid rect, which makes sense. You're just cutting out that shape. Okay. And once again, you really need an SDL rect for that, huh? Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay, that's fine. SDL rect, cut out rect is equal to these values because SDL is picky. It's the problem with running a C-based library sometimes. You get a little bit of dumbness. This is in reference to cut out rect. Okay, so if everything worked, then it should look better. More cutout. It needs to be like 30. Not even that. It's going to be really, yeah, we'll do 30 by 30. We'll try that. 30, 30, 70, 70. Is that, if it's 120 originally, we take off 30 from the XY value. It's 90 on each side. And if we want to make it a perfect square, it's 60 by 60, right? Why are we listening to Christmas music? There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, now we just got to shrink it because the render rec needs to change now. This is where it's going to be a little bit difficult because it is right now, these numbers are all based on where it is on the screen in terms of like relative resolution, which means, so this value here, that first X value is this bar, and then that little space in between is plus 1.1/24 of the screen. So we need to go to the right just a hair. So like 0.11. Okay, a little more. 0.13. Okay, we're getting closer. 0.15. Oh, getting closer. Okay, okay, okay. Let's try 0.18. Ooh, seeing shadow. We got twice the distance. Let's try 0.25. Oh, a little bit too much. Just a mega left. Just a smidgen. Try 2.3. No, I liked them before. 0.24. Okay, beautiful. Okay, that X value is great. Now we just have to move it down. So now, in order for the height to change, it's the height of the screen minus the square. Okay. So the minus needs to be less. We need to subtract less, which means this goes down. So 0.5. Yes. So 0.4. Oh, too much, too much. 4, 5. Okay, that's actually good, but I need to move to the right now, just a smidgen. So we'll go 0.26. Beautiful. Okay. In fact, it maybe even go to 0.25. Yeah, there we go. And now we adjust the render width and height, which is now going to need to shrink both ways, which means we need to subtract X value. So it needs to be smaller. So we need to make this smaller. So we'll try 0.2. Ooh, a lot smaller. Damn. 0.05. Oh, too much, too much. 1. Ooh, almost perfect. Just a smidgen left. So 1.5. Oop, too much, too much. Sorry, sorry. Whatever number we do here, we need to do the same for the other side because it's a square. Okay, sweet. So now copy, paste. Now it should look perfect. Okay, how does that look? Any opinions? Hold on, let me zoom in here. Let's make this a little bit better. How does this look? Does that look cut in? Do I need to like zoom in, zoom out? It looks fine, right? It looks okay. I guess I could try it in every element and see if it works. Or see if it looks good. Hold on, let's try it in like other elements here. So we're gonna rapid fire this. Let me scroll up. Sorry, you guys. I know you guys don't see anything. Give me 1 second. Okay, that was entropy. This is gravity. That's not good. Not gravity? Oh God. Wait, why does entropy work? Uh-oh, that's not good. Hold on. Why is entropy the only thing with a texture? Oh, entropy, big quanta. I didn't create it for every element. No. Shit. Okay, that's fine. We'll fix this now. Okay. Oh, I really didn't do it for every element? Oh, that's killer. You know what? This is a good call for making a function. All right, let's make it the auto make element. Okay, it's time. I delayed it long enough. All right, make element function. What do we need? We need an SDL. Well, no, we're gonna make all the textures. I need a const character pointer for quanta small, const character. Well, hold this. We'll call this path small, const character pointer for path big, a const character pointer for path background. We need oh god, we need font colors, bevel colors. Okay, so SDL color for font color, SDL color for bevel 1, SDL color bevel 2. We need we're gonna make an element entropy be equal this. Okay, that's it. Okay, sweet. That's not that bad. Okay, so now we enter arrow. We return an element. Copy. Paste. Copy. Delete. Scroll down. Make element. Okay, so that's our whole thing. Oh, and then we need a SDL renderer pointer renderer. Okay, excellent. So we'll come back to that in a second, and then we return. Ooh, actually, we're not even done. I still gotta do a lot here. This. We need to grab everything here. Sweet. And then we have element, local element. And then we have local element equal that. Okay. And then we return local element. Okay. That all worked. Excellent. So now we go up and we have equals make element renderer. So now we have to copy and paste a few pieces of info here before we move on, but it's important. So bear with me here. So copy. We have to do it now because I'm going to make this super generic next, and I have to make sure we don't erase entropy's doing. Why didn't I copy and paste it originally? I don't know, but I didn't. Big. Good news is once I do this once, we're done forever. So it's why it matters. Paste. Why is that a JPG? Did I really load a JPG for these element backgrounds? Good job, Gary. Damn. Way to be consistent. SDL color. That's going to be difficult. Can I just copy and paste this? Does that work? Is that acceptable? Can I do that? Bless. Okay, that's going to make things easier. Copy. Paste. And then copy. And then paste. And then we're done. Sweet. And semicolon. Wonderful. Okay. Element done. So now we have to make the function after we copy the Well, after we prototype it. Semicolon. All right. Cool. So now we have to make it. Okay, so we need to make this super generic. We'll call it local quanta, local big quanta, local background, local font color, local bevel color 2. This is L element in every case. And for now it's 100, but I should make this 0 now. And then, okay. This is equal to, this is font color, bevel 1, bevel 2. Make symbol, we're going to use L quanta, L quanta, L quanta, L font color. I lied, font color. Oh no, it is L font color. Oh, wait, I don't even need these. Yeah, I can just use font color directly. Sweet. This is bevel color, bevel 1. And this is bevel 2. Excellent. Okay. Now everything should just work. Excellent. Okay. We now have elements. So now we're going to copy and paste a few times here. So that's our new function. Excellent. So now element gravity is equal to make element is there an easy way to do this? So instead of entropy, we're going to have gravity, gravity, gravity. And we have our colors. There must be an easier way to do this, but whatever. Whatever. It's good enough for us, chat. And if it's good enough for us, it's good enough for anyone. This isn't meant to be seen by the general public. This is like a me thing. Okay. So now we delete out of everything. Ooh, the EID. That's something we need to add. Good thing I caught that before we did anything else. This needs to have an int EID, which is the elemental ID, and that is important. So entropy is going to have 0. Gravity is going to have 1. Come down here to the make element function. We're going to have comma int EID. That is not what I should have been updating. That's what I should have been updating. Comma int EID, where element EID is equal to EID. Perfect. So now everything's good. So delete all this. Delete all this. So now when I, now when I load gravity quanta in the game loop under 1, now it works. Chat, it's still loading. Entropy, what the fuck? Elemental data 1. Quanta, gravity, gravity, gravity. What? Why did it do that? No, it's not the part of the plan. Oh, because I never replaced this. Okay, sweet. Easy, easy. Okay, path, small. Path, big. Path, background. Okay, now it should work. Ah! And it looks good. Okay, little bit prickly. Little bit. Okay, we need to change that. The problem is I can't change it easily. I don't know how we're gonna change it. I don't know, because the resolution of it can vary so much. I almost need like a vector graphic of these. I wonder if vector graphics of all the elements exist. Ones that like scale with resolution. I don't know. But in any case, that's what I was worried about, but that's fine. We'll fix that later. What is that besides a new texture, you know? Okay, let's make time is equal to make element using the renderer. Quanta time, comma, big background. Whoops. Needs to be this. Instead of gravity, it's time. Dot. No, it is 120 by 120. Comma, time background, dot JPEG, comma, color, comma, comma. I have to be super careful with these bevels because it's hard to tell immediately if I fuck something up. And this EID is 2. Sweet. Then we miss a semicolon. Semicolon. Okay, now we test time. Chat, I was zoomed in the entire time. I'm so sorry. How do you people watch this stream? Okay, what's going on here with time? Something's goofed up here. I don't know what though. Error count exceeds 100. Missing a semicolon. I am? Missing a semicolon before pushback? What? What happened? Syntax error, comma. Oh, I deleted it instead of I moved it instead of deleted it. My bad. Okay, that's what's going on. By listening to it in the background? Okay, well, this is time. It's okay. Little too jagged. Little too... it looks okay. It matches the color scheme. Also, does anybody else think that the big thick line should be the one across here instead? It kind of looks upside down, doesn't it? Oh, it looks the same upside down. But like, you get it, right? Like it should be like mirrored. Am I the only one who thinks that? I feel like I am. Interesting. Okay, well, let's zoom out. All right, more boring functions. Make element Aether. The good news is the reason why this is so valuable is because now I can change one number and everything just works. It just works, chat. It just works. It's because now if I need to change one thing about an element, like the starting quanta, for example, I don't need to paste it 12 times. I can just do one number in one function and everything just works. This is Ether. Sorry, Ether. You'll have a better way of doing this. Boom. 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 Comma. 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 Paste. There we go. Beautiful. This is 3. Okay, delete that. Delete that. Okay, now we try out Ether. Ether should look cool, maybe surprisingly bright. Actually, that looks about right. I like it. I know what you're saying. Generally, we expect upper left big. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, this worked out okay. Again, it's a little too jagged, like it's anti-aliasing. Well, it's the opposite of anti-aliasing. It's not anti-aliasing at all. It looks a bit aliased. And that's just an issue with our renderer stretching the quanta to be an uneven number. So you think what I could do, chat? Let's come back to this in a second. You know what I could do? Come back here to our game loop, which is currently something that's here. You know what we could do is when we render that object, we could just round up to the nearest 120. The cutout rect is correct, but the mark XY width height, it's hard. How do I make it divisible or evenly divided into 120? Or divisible by 120, if that makes sense. Like 5 would work, or 10 or 20 or 2. But right now it's rendering everything at an odd number. How does it look on a different resolution? Let's do like Steam Deck. What does it look on Steam Deck? Yeah, see, it looks great here. Like, does that look aliased to you? I don't think so. I know the health bar's crooked, ignore that. But like, this looks great, I think, because it divides evenly. So maybe it's just turning it into an even number. Maybe that's all I need. Okay, let's do this. How do I check if that's an even number? Because right now it's like a decimal. What's an easy way to do that? Because it might be like hundredths of a fraction. How do I round to the nearest number? I've never had to do that in a video game before. Round a hundredth of a percentile to the nearest, or thousandth, or even 10,000th number to the nearest integer. I could convert it to an int. I could imply it's an integer here. Could I do that? Is that legal? No, it's not. They want a float value. You know what I could do instead? Let's do something goofy here. Let's do this. SDL rect int local int rect. Let's do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to convert everything into an integer. Implicitly, its type will be integer, and we're just going to render copy. No F at all. Go. Doesn't work because temporec unenforced unreferenced local variable. Oh, this needs to be local int rect. Go. Ah, it looks worse. And it's off. Is that a problem with like the texture then? So this is the texture we're rendering. It is a problem with the texture. These are the same, aren't they? Well, maybe it's a little zoomed in. Actually, don't know how big this is, but something like that, maybe. It is a problem. It's not a problem with the texture. It's the problem with the renderer. Yeah, it's too blurry. So even though we're rendering at an even number, it's still too blurry. What an interesting dilemma. Why? Are you telling me I need... I guess I could make a temporary, or not a temporary, I could make a quanta of that size. Seems unnecessary though. Okay, well, let's control Z like all of that. So coming back to the original here. Yeah, it looks super anti-aliased. It is a perfect square. I could have just quanta pictures, but then you're gonna have the same problem where the texture is like being stretched. Well, I know the aspect ratio of the screen. That doesn't matter, it's a square. Because like when the cards, like Phoenix, like this art is shrunk down. It's pixelated on the field, but because the creatures are so small, it doesn't matter, right? You don't really notice it. I mean, you do notice it if you look, but like the original art is 256 by 256. That's why the card art looks so good, because the art is of that size, you know? That's actually how we're loading it into the game, is 256 by 256. Whereas the art on the field is like aliased, but you don't really notice it on creatures. You do notice it on this mark though, because it's so zoomed in. I don't know, that's such an interesting problem I never really thought about before. But in any case, we're gonna keep going with it, but we can change the texture later if we want. Okay, so with that in mind, let's scroll back up. Okay, let's make all the elements now and rapid fire through them. So fire is equal to, I think it's faster if I just copy this, change everything with fire. Comma, then we do the same thing here. Delete, delete, delete. Comma, 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 4, paste, semicolon. Beautiful. And then delete. Again, we only have to do this a few more times, but once we're done now, we're done forever. Okay. This is fire. I think fire is going to look horrible personally, but we'll see. Oh, you know what? Fuck. It's the best looking one. Shit. I didn't think that was gonna happen. That does look pretty cool. It's aliased, yes. It's actually really, really bad aliased. But in terms of like how it fills out the picture, it's perfect. It's like right on the money. Oh well, hey, you learn, you learn. All right, next. Water. Water should look cool. So same thing. I think I'm getting the jig of this now. Make element, where we then comma. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out like a clean way to do this. Delete. Comma. Comma. This is what? 5? 5. Boom, boom. Beautiful. And then we delete. Delete. All right, let's check out water. Water looks like... You guys didn't see any of that. Fuck. Whatever. I'm a third monitor kind of guy anyway. Water, water, water. Okay, water. Well, in terms of aliasing, oops, wrong button. In terms of aliasing, the water one actually doesn't look terrible. It's not good, but because it's such a flat, straight lined kind of element, it actually looks okay. The circles look ugly, but it doesn't look terrible. And I think it's because of the novas that kind of pull that off. That's okay. Also, you missed the top water droplet, so it looks a little bit spacey, but that's okay. Okay, so that's water. Now let's make, what is it, life? So hold on, we're getting quick about this now. So copy equals life life, delete with a comma, delete with a comma, and this is 6. Move that over here. Beautiful. Delete. All right. So now we check out life, which is 6. That failed because life quanta is an undeclared modifier. Oh. Not bad. Not bad. It's a little off center. Is it off center? Is that off center? I honestly can't tell. Is it rotated? Is that what the problem is? Wait, hold on, this is the original life quanta image. Oh my God. The original life quanta image is rotated? This isn't straight. My life is a lie. It's like a Dr. Seuss book with like a misspelling or something. It's just, this is off center. Why? Why is life off center? Oh my God. Do you guys realize how goofy that is? That is so silly. It's like playing World of Warcraft and like the dwarf's face is like 5 pixels like lower on one side than the other, but you never noticed. Life is just strange like that. I mean, it kind of works thematically because life is all about like mutation and reproduction and branching. So it kind of's cool. It's off by a couple of pixels, but boy, oh boy, when it's rendered in game, it looks kind of goofy. It's not, is it even off center or is it just rotated like 1 degree? I don't know. It looks goofy though, doesn't it? I'll keep it. I mean, it's fine. It's just, it's disgusting. Okay, anyway, get out of that, zoom back. All right, so that's life. What's next? Death? Death should look amazing. Death should look pretty cool. And that's only because it's very not diagonal. It's very a lot of jagged edges. So we'll see how this looks here. Death, comma space, comma space, comma 7, copy, paste, and then delete, and then this goes to 7. All right, this is death. Ooh, a little curvy around the cheeks and the eyes, but you know what? Actually, this is the worst one because the stripes below the skull where the teeth are, it's all fucked up. Those should be like even lines. Here, we can pull that up again. 1 second, I'll show you what it should look like. Card, quanta, death. Okay, this is what it should look like, where, oh, you know what? Death is kind of fucked up too. Look at that. That is kind of a weird setup for like teeth, but I guess it makes sense. It's not symmetrical, though I don't think it's rotated or particularly off center. Death is deliberately asymmetrical, but it's just a weird choice for asymmetry. So in game, honestly, the way it's rendered, it completely misses this line, the center thin line, or the one next to the center, this one. It completely neglects to render that. It just like opts for 2 clear, 1 dark middle one. That's what it looks like down here. Or if this is rendered, it's like 1 pixel wide, and the middle one is 2 pixels. I don't know why. The dangers of rendering off center. We're never gonna use this rainbow, by the way. This is the rainbow. It's unofficial, and I don't think we're ever gonna use it. Anyway, the options there. Okay, so that's death. What's next? Earth, right? No, it's air and then earth, right? Opposites. Okay. Copy equals copy. This is air. Air is gonna look horrible too. Absolutely atrocious. Too many curvy lines, too many light curvy lines. This is 8. Delete. Oh, this is so much cleaner, chat. This is so nice. Okay. Then we have 8. Okay, I'm expecting air to look horrific. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't. It's so, it looks like, I don't know. It looks like if like your wife is like really sweaty, so she sits on like a plastic chair and then she gets up and you're like, ha ha. That's what it looks like, chat. It does not look like a very delicate pair of like butterfly wings. Not even butterfly wings, like dragonfly wings. It looks like a butt stain. That's just not well rendered. Okay, let's get out of that. Gary, you're destroying your viewership by doing something so boring. Yeah, I know it's boring. Shut the fuck up. Okay, we got to do this. It needs to get done. Either I do this on stream. What do you guys think video game making is besides just entering numbers over and over and over again? You know, like video game making takes time. Okay, it takes deliberateness. Okay, it's a skill. And you know, nobody likes watching the piano player practice. Nobody likes watching the trumpet player practice, but boy, oh boy, do you guys like it when they do something right. It's the same thing here, all right? Okay, this is Earth. Earth should look the best. There's no curvy lines at all here. Chat, that does not look like Earth. What's going on? Earth. My bad, I was rendering the wrong graphic. It was showing Earth, but it just didn't render the right graphic for the element. Okay, now it should work. Yeah, this looks the best. It looks the best because, believe it or not, it is that weird. It's like off kilter on one side, it's bold on the other. It's just really thin white lines. That's Earth. Very boring. But Earth is a boring element anyway, you know? Okay, next is darkness, which is definitely gonna be a thing. Make element, copy, paste, delete, comma 10. Man, chat, I'm getting fast at this, let me tell you. Delete. Okay. Element 10. All right. I did the same thing. Chat, I'm doing this like half the time. I'm just forgetting to update the name. I'm like, wow, we did that really fast. I was like, oh. Not updating the name to darkness. Darkness. Okay, go. Why does black look so good? What is different about this darkness quanta compared to the rest of them? Why does this look so well done? Is it because there's like so many different shades of light and black and gray going on that the anti-aliasing, or well, aliasing doesn't look as terrible? Is that what's going on? Darkness looks really good. Darkness is like the best one so far. Surprisingly, as many curvy lines as it has for the aliasing not to work, or for the aliasing to exist. It's just, that's weird. I didn't expect darkness to look the best out of all of them, but okay. Life is strange like that. Fire was best. You think? We'll look back on it in a second. We'll rapid fire them now that we're not looking at them one at a time. Oh, reset playlist. Sorry. Man, we've been streaming a lot today. Making up for yesterday. Okay, let me do the last one here and we will take a gander of what we've done so far. So this is light. Oops, not life. Light. Light. Light with a capital L. Comma. 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 11. Okay, we're done. No more of this. Okay, last one. Beautiful. Get out of that. Get out of that. All right, final one. Light. Ooh, light looks pretty good. You know what the problem is with it though? It looks a little bit Microsoft Paint-y, you know? It's very bright colors on very black and white. It's high contrast, but in a way that's like no shadow contrast, like Microsoft Paint. All the ones you thought were gonna be the worst. All the ones you thought were gonna be the worst. Oh, ended up being the best. Yeah, true. I didn't think fire would look good. All right, let's review. All right, everything in review. Entropy. Entropy. I think entropy turned out the best. I know we are gonna look back at fire again, but I think entropy turned out the best. I think it fulfills the whole fills the whole square really well. Anti-aliasing is barely noticeable because there's so many circles on there. It still looks a little bit pixely when you zoom out, but that's all of them. But honestly, not bad. Actually, all things considered, not bad at all. S tier. Next is gravity. Oh, poor gravity. I love how much of it fills. It filled out really well. That anti-alias or the aliasing though ruins the center of this image. If these were actually smooth white lines, this would be S tier, but they're so pixely and it's so high contrast. It's easy to see. This is like D tier. So that needs fixing. Next is, I don't even remember what's next. Time. Well, besides time quanta itself making me feel like I want the bigger line to be like the opposite. It's boring. It's okay. It matches the color scheme the best, I will say, because all of the UI is either gray or gold, so it matches it really, really well in that regard. But as far as like the actual like element look, it's passable. C tier. It's just average all around. I don't really like the time quanta anyway. Next we have ether. Another victim of that aliasing. The blue looks really nice and it's a great contrast, but I love teal in general, obviously. It's a nice contrast to the rest of the board. It's really punchy and noticeable in terms of color. Boy, oh boy, that aliasing though. Oh, woof, woof on that aliasing. I'm still gonna give it B tier because it fills out so nicely, but it could do better. Next is fire. Yeah, fire looks good. I think entropy looks better. We'll come back to darkness as well. I think entropy does look better. Fire fills out so nicely though, and the colors are not so high contrast that the aliasing is bothersome. Again, like all of the quanta, it looks blurry. Even from this angle, this far away, it still looks blurry, but that's okay. I can fix that. And if nothing else, I could fix it by just making the squares here smaller on each side. They don't have to be this big. I just chose for them to be this big. In fact, how big is the, in a relative sense, how big is like a relic next to it? I could make the squares a little smaller. I could. Barely, but I could. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Because if you exclude the border, they're kind of the exact same size, really. Yeah, that might have to stay then. All right, fire looks good. It's good enough anyway. Next is Wata. Ugh. Yeah, okay, let's rapid fire them here. 6 is life. Off kilter, mid. Then it's death. probably the worst render. I think Death came out the worst. Like Gravity got it bad. Air got it bad. I think Death is F tier. Those teeth look horrific. Man, we need to fix this anti-aliasing problem ASAP. Then it was Air. Air looks not great. At least for the demo, it's going to be serviceable. Before the full release, though, these need changed. Or at least a way to render them correctly. Maybe, you know what we could do is just give this square its own render box. I'm not doing a separate render box just for a goddamn graphic. Okay, one graphic, right? That's silly. And then that's light. And then if we access an array out of bounds, which it'll let us do, the game crashes. So that's nice. Have fun sleeping with that. All right, so we'll stick with the entropy quanta for now for the purposes of the game. Okay, sweet. So, what do we need to do next? We need to make it so that when we press space, we generate quanta from our mark, and it escalates every turn. So turn 1 entropy quanta, turn 2 is you generate 2, and every time it resets the number 0 and then add the quanta that's available on the mark. In addition, I guess I should have a visual indicator of how much quanta is going to be generated. Or did you generate this turn? I could do that. So like, I could have like in the bottom right corner, maybe like an X1, X2, X3, X4. You should have a visual indicator for how much quanta you just generated, right? That matters, right? I think it does. I think it should. Well, in any case, we're going to call it there. All right, so we had fun today. We did a lot. We still need to do a lot for sure. Oh, do you guys want to have a sneak peek at art before we continue? Maybe later. Okay, you guys want a sneak peek at art? Since it's a super secret end of stream discussion. The art's turning out perfect, by the way. It's so wonderful. All right, here is a well, there's 2 sneak previews here. There's 1, there's 2. Okay, so you guys are gonna get 2 sneak previews. Now, there's not many viewers today because I fucked around a lot and I found out, if you catch my drift. This is art she did not stream, so if you even watched her stream, you're gonna be surprised by this. So she works on art on her spare time, usually art that's pretty important to promotional material, like Firefly Queen. So she's still working on Firefly Queen. I did tell her that this is going to be like one of the center like pieces of all promotional material because it's Firefly Queen. Very memorable character, very vibrant, very glowy. I don't know. It just looks so great. She's a little thinner than the original art had her being, which is fine. I don't know. I love the look on her face. Very serious. Very prim and proper. Love it. Love the angle, everything. Same color scheme as the Fireflies, so it's excellent. And then, all right, that's a sneak preview of in-work Firefly Queen and Pegasus. Now, chat, I did tell her she does not actually have to draw the full horse, right? It can be an action shot as long as you get Pegasus vibes. And look at this, chat. Look at this beautiful, and it even matches the ability because Pegasus has dive, which doubles the attack for 1 turn, like Azure Dragon will. Ugh, it's so beautiful, chat. It's so nice. I even asked her to make the wings bigger, and by golly, she made the wings huge. I love it. So there's your sneak preview for art pieces that are yet to be finished. Oh, wait, no, she did update a few pieces of art. I'm sorry. Here's Cockatrice. She goes back and she like updates things as like they happen. So like Horned Frog is getting updated. You guys have already seen Phoenix. There are things that she like regularly updates. Like Horned Frog now has like a layer of mist about him. Yeah, there's a lot. All right, anyway, that's all for today. That's all. Give me kisses, chat. All right, have a good night. Have a good evening. My neighbors are gonna be pissed at me because I'm still streaming. All right, goodbye.